welcome to the Nerdiverse. Go ahead, sit and listen to the masters, the old heads, talk about what you love the most. Video games, comics, movies, and everything you need to maintain. We got the knowledge that's straight out the ether. Gonna need a drink and have to take a seat to expand your mind and listen to the speaker. Mike and the squad's gonna give you what you need. Please send in a question, come and get some answers, learn a couple lessons from the masters with the special guests. We got the Green Lanterns glowing on their chest. Yes, please sit back and relax, cause we're gonna hit you with them stone cold facts. And allow me to be the very first to welcome you to the masters of the Nerdiverse. Welcome to Masters of the Nerdiverse, where we always have set sights to show you. You can always find this podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and Google Play. I am, of course, your host, Mike G. And with me, as always, as my cool co-host,
Winter Sturdivant. What's up, y'all?
He's the man.
Wait, I should come up with a nickname. You got Mike G.
Yeah, whatever you want to be, man. It's your world, bro.
Let's just do my gamer tag, Trash Monk the Third. Boom.
Is that what you want me to introduce you as going forward, bro? Because I'll hold you down, Trash Monk.
No, don't worry about it. I'll forget about it. I'll forget about it next week.
There's gonna be comics made by next week, dude. You're gonna have your own web series.
He was born a monk, but learned the form of trash. You've
only adopted to trash. I was born into it.
Yeah.
I wasn't clean until I was a man. Trash Monk is godlike, dude. Mm-hmm. Man, this show is gonna be bananas. BANANAS, as it were.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's going to be the banana pudding with the vanilla wafers. You ever have the banana pudding with the vanilla wafers, bro?
No, that sounds disgusting.
It's amazing. It's the only way to have banana pudding. It's with the vanilla wafers, dog.
I've had Nilla wafers before, but I never had it in a banana pudding.
Pro tip, dude. I'm gonna take you out to a southern restaurant when I drag you to LA kicking and screaming. Uh-huh. You're gonna have the banana pudding with the Nilla wafers, dog.
Well, Funhouse just needs to accept my application. Then
well, I'm talking to them. I'm putting in a good word for you.
Yeah,
and they will do it. Can you
name all 5 Funhouse members?
No, I can't name one. Sadly enough, I'm talking to a guy named the Gobcockler. I don't know what his deal is. It's weird.
Insane.
He only speaks in windings. It's really irritating sending a text to that guy.
This is why we don't do improv.
No, man. The Godcoupler, he's so mysterious. He's like Deep Throat, minus the actual useful information. Oh, and scene. All right, how was your week, man?
It was good. It's getting warm up here now, so
yeah, the rain is over.
Yeah, and like I've been wearing Hawaiian shirts throughout the winter, so now I'm just gonna keep it up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be. I watched a video today that said like Gabriel Iglesias is rumored to have like over 25,000 Hawaiian shirts.
Dude, that's kind of overkill, but awesome at the same time.
Yeah,
man.
And then when they confronted him about it, he said, "I probably have 50,000 now."
I wonder if he has any of those weird Hawaiian shirts that had like Goku on them. Remember those in the 90s, the Dragon Ball Hawaiian shirts?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They're still popular for homeschooling kids all around. And Guy Fieri, he just removed the Goku.
Oh,
he just keeps the flames.
This is funny meme going around where they have Thanos looking like Guy Fieri. It's like, don't let him grab the flavor jewel, the flavor stone. It's the best, dude. Oh man, I have a feeling.
How's your week?
Sorry. Oh, no worries, man. I was just going to go on a tirade about the flavor stone and how Guy Fieri is probably going to be worshipped as some weird god in like 5,000 years.
I didn't know you had more to that.
No, man, I can talk all day about Guy Fieri like theories, like some old Egyptian. He's going to be like worshipped like an old Egyptian like heathen god, and like
have you ever been to his restaurant?
Yeah, man, it's amazing. It's flavor country.
Everyone in LA has gone there.
I just went because I was around. Like, you go to Wolfgang's, you go to What's that?
All right, we get it.
Ramses.
You're hobnobbing with all the celebrities.
No, you go
down.
because you go, man. You got at least you got to see what the beauty is. Because if you see a guy like Gordon Ramsay who cusses people out, his food better be damn amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was all right. Anyway, man, my week, dude. There's a lot of good food eaten, games played, and television watched. Got to watch Krypton, which was weird. That show that just came on Sci-Fi Channel. It was okay, actually. It was really weirdly well produced. You know what I mean? It reminded me almost like Battlestar Galactica first season, where it just looked like.
Don't get me started on Battlestar Galactica right now.
I'm just saying it looked like a movie that just happened to be a TV series. It was super well produced. I'm not going to give away any spoilers because there's people who want to see it, but the premise of the show is kind of wacky. It's not cookie cutter what they're doing with the show and what they are in this weird clock they put on it. So I'm kind of in. I didn't think I was going to be in at all. I was just like, why do I care? Right? Superman's not in it.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I care because it's like, I'm just going to, you can fast forward, give me 2 minutes to talk about it. You can fast forward 2 minutes if you don't want to be spoiled on the pilot.
All right, I'll do that right now.
Give me 2 minutes.
Oh, I can't fast forward.
That's fine. Don't do it. We can't because we're in real time, but for the future people. Speaking of the future, it's about time travel. It's about Adam Strange, a known DC comic hero, going back in time and saying, hey, grandfather of Kal-El, you have to not die so Superman can be born and be awesome. There's people who are going to be traveling through time and space to kill you. Please take care of yourself. Don't die, okay? And his granddad's like, what? And the guy just disappears. And then the show starts. It is like apparently all types of alien races from the DC universe can be stopping by, like the Thanagarians. For those who don't know who the Thanagarians are, that's the Hawk Girl and Hawk Man people.
Ooh.
So that's pretty cool. Some of the Red Lanterns may be stopping by. It's looking like Brainiac is the main villain of this, and it's like, why can't DC just do this on the screen? You know. Anyway, looks really good on a silver screen. Rather, looks really good. So I'll watch that. Watch the season finale of Dragon Ball Super. A lot of people are talking about that right now.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
It's good. It was all right. All of Dragon Ball Super just felt like a giant movie. Like every single major arc was just either felt like filler or felt like a movie. It didn't progress the Dragon Ball storyline whatsoever, in my humble opinion. It just was like, is Goku different? No. Is there any growth to Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo? No. It was just fun. It was just kind of like a fun little Gaiden. And I think, in the future, that's how people are going to see it, as a fun little Gaiden to add just some more interesting, funky characters like Hit, Khalifa, and the other Universe 6 Saiyans.
Mia Khalifa? We already did that joke. Damn.
She watches Dragon Ball too, I reckon. She watches a ton of Dragon Ball Zeta. But it was all right. You can tell the production value was higher on this episode. Because I got to tell you, some of the Dragon Ball Super episodes looked like hot garbage, dude. The animation was really bad. And other than that, still playing Monster Hunter, starting to burn out on that, which is kind of funny. So I'm like, what do I play now? I got to wait till 420 for God of War.
Or you get Far Cry 5.
I'm hearing about... I just listened to the Giant Bomb cast today.
Yeah. And
they really aren't feeling that game. You know? And I don't like to let other people's opinions sway me of a purchase decision.
Yeah.
But I'm not really a Far Cry guy anyway. So I'm thinking about just waiting. Just saving money. And waiting till God of War comes out next month, because it's only next month. So I'll still grind on Monster Hunter until then. I'll play some DBZ because Brawly and Bardock came out today. So going to be playing them, at least put my hands on them and see how those guys feel, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I forgot to mention that I've been playing CFCs every day since our
I
last
want to talk about
broadcast.
that, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What are your impressions?
So my impressions right now are there's some hidden well, let's talk about day one release, where I believe it was like a 6. I can't remember. It was definitely not in the double digits download for the first day game, and now
I hate that.
Yeah, but now they have a new patch that's 16 gigs, and that's yeah. And it's like, how much are you fixing? And then I find a bug in the game, not into like an hour and 2 hour session, where like there wasn't the right skeletons spawning. So but saying that, it's still a fun game when you have your friends with you, because it's your friends being pirates, and there's not a lot of pirating games out there
of this level of pirate.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, I watched a 5-hour stream of this game maybe the other day, a couple of days ago, and I could tell that it could be fun with your buddies, just, paddling around on a big giant boat. One guy has to keep an eye out for where you're going. One guy has to steer. One guy has to load the cannons. One guy has to check the map. And I could see the fun potential in this game. It just looks like a blast on some levels. Like, they found a rival PvP boat that was just chasing them throughout the entire playthrough. And in that lies my issue with the game, is that there's no consequence to these interactions. You know what I mean? So I saw, from what I saw, you can further elaborate because I'm sure you've experienced it firsthand. But they were engaging these guys and getting their boat messed up and having to fix the boat and bucket the water out and all types of cool stuff, and catapult themselves onto the enemy ship and kill guys and take their ship. But when you die, you just go right back onto your ship. You know what I mean? Or go right back onto the enemy ship. And the fight just continues until you both run out of resources.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, I haven't seen this stream myself, but the combat is actually, I would describe it a little different, because if your ship sinks, then first of all, when you die, there's like a long waiting period for you to come back into the game. It isn't instant. You're looking at probably 30 seconds to a minute, and that's a very crucial time during a battle. Yeah, because if your ship sinks, then your ship gets spawned elsewhere, and any loot that you've had on that ship just starts floating on the ocean, so that they can just grab it and then fly away, sort of thing. Right. So there's like, the consequence, I would say, is that you're threatening your treasure being taken.
I can see that, and let's just take a second to talk about those water physics, man. Like, I've never seen water physics in a game that looked this good. Like, ever.
Right. That is good.
Like, ever. It's like the best water I've ever seen in a game ever. And you're right. Like, the only way to truly end a skirmish is to almost play tower. It's almost like a tower defense game, where it's like you have to keep a guy physically on your boat, because there's little weird ways to sabotage someone's boat. And the worst thing you want to happen is to have your boat sink, because then all of your spoils are just in the ocean for the rival ship to pick up and plunder. And now you have to spawn way back at the last safe point you were. So it's like, and it was one where these guys were fighting and their ship got sunk, but one of the guys lived and was hiding on the ship as a stowaway. He was just hiding, and they were like, "Dude, don't move, don't move until we're at least back on the water." And if you can, when you see them like freaking out, run up real quick and just drop their anchor. You'll probably die, but at least drop their anchor so that we can get the jump on them and sink their ship. And you'll just spawn back either on their boat or you'll spawn back on our boat. I thought that was a pretty fun kind of interaction. And I saw some of the PvE stuff where it's like, just go on an island, solve a puzzle, fight some skeletons, get some booty and break out. You know what I mean?
Like, I would say that a good critique of the game would be that if you like, for instance, if you're playing by yourself, it can get repetitive very fast.
That's how Monster Hunter is. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like most games are repetitive if you like break down to their very core, sort of thing, in my view. Yeah. So I still enjoy it. The article that I read, like the people are talking about adding new stuff to the game, which is a plus. Like they're already talking about adding pets to the game. And that's another part of what I like about the game is there's nothing that you can buy that will make you better than the next person. Which is kind of crucial. Like there's no cosmetic. I mean, it's all cosmetic stuff that you'd be buying.
That's cool because it makes me think fighting game where it's like there's no aesthetic, there's no bonus you can put onto your boat, onto yourself that will give you any kind of edge in a real dogfight. It's really skill versus skill.
Right.
And that's both a gift and a curse because people are addicted to that level up. You know what I mean? But it's also in a game like this, it wouldn't be fair if some guy is going out there in a giant dauntless and you're just starting and you happen to encounter them with your level 1 boat, you're going to get mollywopped and you're not going to think it's fun because it's such a time investment. You know what I mean? And getting started in that game. You got to get your crew together. You got to get them on point. You have to get your boat out. You have to get something worth losing. And then you come across an enemy ship, let's say 5 levels ahead of you, that's just going to squash you. I'll be super kind of deflated. I'm like, man, I'm done. You know, like I did all that work for some level 40 pay to win, you know, super alpha group to destroy me. I'm like, oh, I'm done. But even letting everything be cosmetic and getting pets or new emotes or just go the Fortnite route. You know what I'm saying? Like get emotes, get cool stuff, give it a third person mode, please. Because a game like this doesn't necessarily need to be locked in first person. Because the game is really heavy on aesthetics and changing your beard and your hat and peg legs. But you're in first person, so who cares?
And it's weird that you can't see that.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, give it a third person mode. If you're dropping 16 gig patches and the game just came out, you can afford to patch in a third person mode. Even Fallout has a third person mode.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And the game does show promise. I still recommend it to anyone to buy. And it's pretty, and it looks, the best way I could describe like its launch is like it's a train. It's slowly building up momentum. And like I read another article saying that it's becoming one of the best-selling next generation IPs or whatever. And there's like the game is like. I don't want to say so empty, but there's like the game has so much area to flesh out.
I know because when you say that, it makes me think like this is what the beginning of, let's say, No Man's Sky should
Destiny
have been.
Or something.
A game that had infinite potential, right? Like you can build anything on top of that. Like a game like this, where you can just have infinite ocean. You can open up new regions. I didn't see the Kraken. I heard there's like a Kraken in this game floating around somewhere that you can encounter.
Yes, I've yet to experience that. Yeah, and there's like fortresses that you can take over, and
I mean, you can put like raids for multiple ships. Have to fight multiple ships. You know, treat it like an MMO.
Yeah,
you know. But it looks interesting, and it kind of makes me envy Xbox players a little bit because I kind of want to squad up with people and make Mike the Pirate, but
you can get it for your computer as well, and you can play it with people on Xbox through your computer.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, because it's cross-platform for Xbox and Windows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, check it out. How much was it? Is it full game price? Is it $60?
Yeah, $60.
Okay. And you're saying you're happy with that investment?
Yes, I would. If I was a football guy and making locks for games, this would be a lock for video games.
Wow, that's a high praise, man.
Like I would I mean, this could just be like me. I've spent $60 on it. I'm going to make it worth my while. But there's like,
hell yeah,
it's like the momentum still like there's still so much time for them to release more stuff. And by the time that happens, there's still stuff that you can do now, which is leveling up the different factions right now and doing voyages, getting them to level 50. You have to get them to level 50. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's cool, man. Like it has a lot. Looks like it has a lot of potential.
Yes.
And I like games that are just open. You know, like, know what you are. You know what I mean? If you're just gonna be an open experience, then give yourself a positive foundation to go forward. And if they keep it up, it's going to be very successful. It can even start its own new genre of type games, like be the first of its kind to actually be successful with this kind of game genre.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
cool, man.
Maybe this could be something you live stream once we get the Masters of the Nerdiverse live stream.
Man. That would be nice, and I would need an Xbox as well to play it, or a better PC rig. But that's the future, my friend. Future Trunks is setting that up for me right now. Oh man, good weeks. So you want to get into a little bit of news?
Let's get into the news.
Let's get into a little bit of good news. Let's get into some good news. Let's see. Where's a good place to start this week with all the wackiness that's going on? I found this new news article. I figured we just jump into right now, which is kind of weird. And it's that John Cena is set to star in the Duke Nukem movie.
There's a Duke Nukem movie coming out.
Come get some.
That's have to be a WWE Studios thing. If he's in it.
Oh, man. You know, not necessarily, because he was in movies like that one movie with What's-Her-Face. The female actress who's not funny anymore. I forget her name.
All of them? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh. No, but John Cena has given weird little hints that he can actually act, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, he's given weird little hints that he actually has some kind of talent in that
take
arena.
That back. Yeah, I just saw him in Daddy's Home, the ending of Daddy's Home 1, the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he kind of can do it. So he's set to star as Duke Nukem in a Duke Nukem movie, which is funny because, you know, John Cena has always been babyface. And as a wrestling term, that means he's been kind of the straight-laced, all-American kind of face or, you know what I mean, good guy. And Duke Nukem's not that, man. Duke Nukem's swearing, womanizing, cigar chomping, alcohol drinking, kind of Lobo-like character. And I think it would be kind of interesting to see John Cena break that kayfabe, you know what I mean, and actually be a scumbag on screen.
Or it could be Duke Nukem, rated PG.
Oh, don't do that, man.
But it's out there now.
It's good. Video game movies, man. But can this be the one? Can you imagine that they did if this had like the gravitas of like Mad Max Fury Road or something like that? It was like super serious.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
And John Cena's fighting space aliens as Duke Nukem with the high top, with the flat top and the shades and the big guns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for those who don't know who Duke Nukem is or don't remember it, it was this video game icon back in the 90s when everything was super edgy. And he was really big on old school PCs before they were called PCs. They were like Apples, you know, like the old school Apples games. And he notoriously had Duke Nukem Forever, which took like 14 years to make. Just a little backstory on him. And for them to turn this into a movie, it's ballsy. It's very ballsy.
I'm just worried that we're just going to have another Doom on our hands.
Doom had one cool scene, and that was the first person scene. Other than that, Doom
to the very end of the movie.
Yeah. Other than that, he's whack. Yeah. I think every video game movie has their saving grace, even no matter how bad they are. Except for Postal by Uwe Boll. That has no saving graces.
Whoa. You don't like the cat silencer scene?
Dude,
from Postal?
Trash Monk. What are we doing here, man? Trash Monk.
It's in my name. I monk over trash.
I can't condone anything that uses a kitty as a silencer. That's just rough, dude.
Well, the cat didn't die.
How did it not die? I don't remember that part.
It meowed at the guy, and then when its mouth opened,
the bullet traveled safely from his anus to his mouth.
Yeah, that's basic Grey's Anatomy.
The cat was fine.
Yeah.
Okay, if there's a scene where that actually happened, I may have to revisit Postal. That may have to be a MOTN reviews movie.
Yeah, I remember seeing that with my mom.
Oh, wow. I remember watching
Netflix.
On Netflix. The worst movie mom moment is I set my mom down to watch the ABCs of horror, and I forgot that towards the tail end of like XYZ, it gets real gross and really dark, and I felt so uncomfortable with my mom because I forgot that the ABCs of horror gets dumb after like the W's, and I'm like, oh God, it was so awkward. I'm like, I'm sorry, Mom, I forgot. And she was just like, yeah, we're never watching this again. I was like, it's not even horror at this point. Ugh. Disgusting. Speaking of disgusting things, let's talk about people on Twitter harassing James Wan about the Aquaman movie. Oh, man. So
it's the future. Nothing disgusting about that.
Nothing disgusting about that, man. Speaking of discussing stuff, so we all know the dumpster fire that the DCEU is, right? Like, it's just exactly. So DC's like betting all their horses on Aquaman and on Shazam, and everyone's screaming at James Wan, the director, for a trailer on Twitter, and he's just like, I try to live a normal life, guys.
Right.
Like, will you just leave me alone about this? Let me do what I need to do. It'll be ready when it's ready. Like, there's a lot of pressure on me to make this right. And the only reason I brought this up is because I wanted to talk a second about internet bullying, especially for like celebrities, where we have such an open audience to talk to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like before it was like, are you at a panel at Comic-Con? You have 2 seconds to say something to Jason Momoa, and you choose to say that Aquaman sucks. You know what I mean? Like, now you can just tweet at them all day. You know what I mean? And harass them and bully them into content. And a lot of movies get updated and changed because of that. You know what I mean? Not even like movie review testing. It's like people complain about something loud enough, they'll change it. And that's the culture we live in now, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
There's certain studios that don't do that. Like Marvel never does that. At least I don't think so. But there's a lot of examples of, oh, that's dumb. And then they change it or they alter it a little bit. If it's feasible, if it's just like sexist or racist stuff, then they really don't. They just like ignore the trolls. But it was something like, the runtime is too short, or why is this character not in it?
But that's an old school. Yeah, that's actually not new. I mean, the way people communicate that is different. They now use Twitter, but you can go all the way back to like Little Shop of Horrors, the original, the play ending, the Broadway play ending did not test well movie wise. So that's why, because we're going to go to some Broadway history real quick. Little Shop of Horrors, in the end, the plant doesn't actually die like the movie. He actually takes over the world, and very depressing. And that's why they switched it in the movie to where Seymour actually kills the plant, or did he? Question mark.
Or did he?
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
So I think that's like an old school thing, and what's new is companies sticking with ideas. Well, they're supposed to. I'm talking to you, DC Universe. They're supposed to stick with stick with ideas that the directors are throwing out because they're wanting to explore the universes that they're creating and see if they can make money off of it.
Yeah, man, and it's like, I get it, like the pressure to put out a good movie, and the pressure to appease fans, which you can't. Like the first rule is that you're never gonna a friend to everyone is a friend to no one, right? It's like you're not gonna make everybody happy. Just make a good movie at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, like I'm sure there's someone out there quoting to them that you're not making the movie for the fans, you're making it for the people who just kind of know who Aquaman is. You know what I mean? Like you're never gonna appease the mob.
No, and it's good to, and if you stick to the source material, you'll make both happy. You can make changes to characters. I mean, we saw what happened with Watchmen when you stick completely to the book, right? It's not good.
It was a successful movie. Oh,
you're the best, Monk. I liked it. I mean, I liked it, but
I don't like you calling me trash. Just call me Winter. It's fine.
Okay. I was gonna keep that going as a gag for those, but I feel you too. It's all love, bro. That's funny, but yeah, I mean, you're not gonna appease the mob. Never. Your primary focus should be to make a good movie, and if you stick to the source material, which is the main reason you're using this character, then your storyline is half written, right? Look at Civil War. Captain America Civil War had nothing really to do with the comic, right? Like in regards to his story beats, what happened. It couldn't, because it involved way too many Marvel heroes that honestly they can't use, or what didn't exist yet. So they made a completely different movie. And that movie did gangbusters. I mean, you can adapt from an ongoing source material, but as long as it's a good movie at its heart, then people are going to like it. And people are going to be cool with it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, just let James make his movie, whatever it may be, because this is a horror director making an Aquaman movie. So I have no idea what to expect from this thing. Because I just don't. Is it going to have jump scares? I mean,
yeah, I'm a fish, man.
I'm a fish. Check out this barracuda. So I'm just like, I don't understand.
Like fish sticks? What are you, a gay fish?
Oh, God. I can't with that. On that note.
That's a South Park reference, ladies and gentlemen.
That is a South Park reference.
Get educated.
You're not my pal, butter. Man, speaking of movies that are going to be making tons of references, our TV series, for that matter, Entertainment One is developing a Street Fighter TV series. Had to talk about this mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my fighting game fans out there, Street Fighter is coming back to television. In what way? I have no idea. So the guys who did the YouTube web series Assassin Fist, where it's kind of like a low budget Street Fighter, but it was done well with the money they had. It's almost like those weird Mortal Kombat YouTube web series, if you caught that, where it was just like they got some of the actors back, but it was on a shoestring budget. It was mostly like action choreography. These guys are getting an actual budget to do a legit television show that's going to be based on the Street Fighter II World Warriors arc. And your main characters are going to be Ryu, Ken, Guile, and Chun-Li. And how this is going to turn out, God only knows, man.
It's Mark Gordon who's producing and developing this alongside the three stooges that you mentioned. So there's Criminal Minds that he did. There's Designated Survivor and Grey's Anatomy. I know.
What is the show gonna be, man? Because it's not a lot of meat to the Street Fighter mythos, man. Like, there's a lot. Don't get me wrong. TMS plot guide will pretty much break that down for you ad nauseum. But is it transferable to a television series? Right. Like, it's really anime. So, and to Americanize it would be doing it a disservice. But to make it too anime would turn off American viewers. So where do you find that happy medium? You know what I mean?
Get the guy who did Death Note, the live action one, to direct.
A lot of people hated that, dude. A lot of people hated that Death Note.
Well, they're already going to hate that. If you put two negatives together, it would work out.
I want these things to succeed, my friend. I want them to kind of at least a little bit succeed, man. But as long as Blanc is in it, he doesn't look like a damn fool. I'll be super fun with that, man. Carlos Blanca.
Yes. Or they can do this idea. It's like a spiritual successor to the first Street Fighter movie. So they act like that's canon, and they just continue right after.
No, man, Bison super dies, dude. Like you gotta have Bison as the villain. Like especially like their first season.
I predict that they're not even gonna show Bison until Bison. Like the end of the season. That could.
Oh yeah. They're gonna have the 4 Heavenly Kings, and Bison's gonna be at the very end. You're probably gonna have a lot of Vega, a lot of Balrog, maybe some Sagat and flashbacks. This just
sounds like a Cinemax.
He was the first
Cinemax show myself.
Last boss in Street Fighter, the original Street Fighter. So, and I just hope that that'd be cool. If it was like on Stars or something like that, I'll be super hyped. So they can cuss and have weird shit happen, like the weird Chun-Li's shower scene in the animated movie. Oh man, I know a lot of nerds remember that shit. Ooh la la. Speaking of ooh la la, Gina Rodriguez is set to star as Carmen Sandiego. In a live action movie. I am so hyped for this.
Yeah, same here. I've been waiting for a Carmen Sandiego movie. Not really, but I like that.
No, I have. Yeah, I haven't. Like, who wants this? But as long as the Rockapellas are there, I don't care, dude. Let the Rockapellas be there and have that theme song.
You go get them, Gumshoe.
I know, right? Have that black mom be like the person who be the person who like commandeers it. Because what would it be? It would be like Jason Bourne mixed with what, like Ocean's 11? Because I'm convinced that Carmen Sandiego is not human.
What?
She's kind of weird. I think she's kind of some kind of weird super soldier, like Jason Bourne.
Nah, I don't know about that.
Because she escapes way too easily.
She could be like it's a Mission Impossible character. That's what I'm thinking.
That'd be kind of dope. I mean, she doesn't have to be superhuman, but I just, as a kid, I'm just like, how does she?
Because she's that good.
That's not fair.
Yes.
Because she's that damn good. And it's such an easy look to pull off. Just give her a red jacket and a hat and have her hanging off helicopters and shit. She'll be fine. Man, have it be directed by like the guy who made Gravity. Have it be real cinematic and beautiful. Real nuts.
I like that. Actually, that could work.
Yeah, I mean, just make it real cinematic. Have a lot of like 5-minute tracking shots where the camera never cuts, of her running through Spain or something. They should make like a Legends of the Hidden Temple live action movie. That'll be ultra dope. Have The Rock be in it. Have The Rock, Kevin Hart, and Jack Black be in the Legends of the Hidden Temple movie.
The next Jumanji movie, which they're gonna do.
No, yeah, just make it Legends of Hidden Temple. Put like Paula Patton in it because she's bad and she was an orc once. You have them go into the shrine of the Silver Monkey and get trapped.
What you're gonna get is that they're gonna do like a Cloverfield style crossover where they take a pre-existing movie in the works and just add Cloverfield stuff to it. So it will be Jumanji.
I want that to be
Jumanji 3, Legend of the whatever temple you said.
Legends of the Hidden Temple. I want it to be like they make a completely different movie, but at the end credits it just says a Cloverfield paradox. At the end of like, what? That's not fair. You can't just put your stamp on random science fiction and say it's Cloverfield. Who said you can do that?
I know.
Bastards. Oh, man. That is kind of the worst. Speaking of things that are maybe the worst, so they're bringing back a lot of Guardians of the Galaxy characters in Agent Coulson for the Captain Marvel movie. And just to give a little backdrop on what this is, Captain Marvel's could be the Marvel equivalent for Wonder Woman. And outside of Storm, I would say Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers is probably the more best known female Marvel character outside of like Storm and Black Widow. And Spider Girl is really big now. Gwen Stacy, Spider Gwen, as it were. Dios mío. But Captain Marvel takes place in the past, in the 90s. So a lot of characters either dead or indisposed, as it were, in Marvel, like Agent Coulson. I guess they're bringing back Ronan the Executioner. They're going to be in Captain Marvel. And I'm just like, it's funny how Agent Coulson's been around on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for years now, but the Marvel movies will not acknowledge that he actually is still alive.
Really? I was going to ask that.
It's
because I remember that was like a twist.
Yeah, Agent Coulson is super alive and running a weird ghost sect of S.H.I.E.L.D. this entire time, but there's no mention of Agent Coulson or S.H.I.E.L.D. again in the MCU. And it's just guys, why bother? It's so frustrating. It's for as good Marvel is doing on the film front, their TV stuff is really left to be desired, man. After Jessica Jones season 2, I'm just get it together, guys. And it's bring it back Rowan Executioner makes sense because he's Kree, and a lot of Captain Marvel deals with Kree stuff. But bring it back, and of course Sam Jackson's in it, and I don't even think Sam Jackson's in Infinity War, which is super weird. That's not cool. He started the Avengers, but he's not going to be in the end of the series when God knows what's going to happen in Avengers 4. You know what I mean? Right. That's kind of shady. They left my man hanging in the breeze, but he's going to be in Captain Marvel, which takes place in the past. So he's technically going to still be around. Man, I don't know how to feel about it. Am I still going to see Captain Marvel? Hell yeah, because Captain Marvel rules. But bring it back Coulson, but he's still alive. So why? So they're going to play that funny tightrope and bring back Rowan Executioner and maybe some other characters from Guardians that are dead. Maybe Eagle the Living Planet, Kurt Russell may make a cameo, which would be funny, kind of cool. But this news kind of rubs me the wrong way in a weird way, just because how Marvel's handling TV things that should be commonplace in the MCU, no matter what's happening. You know what I mean? I don't know how to feel about it, man. Very, very weird.
Yeah,
very weird
news. Another interesting part of weird news is Pornhub is being touted as a real possible YouTube alternative.
Okay, I'm happy you brought this up because I didn't want to bring it up, but I'm happy you brought it up so I can talk about it.
Okay.
YouTube is that bad. YouTube is that bad, right? Go for it. Let's just open this up.
Well, as many people probably know now, YouTube is cracking down on such things as hate speech, bullying, and conspiracy theory videos. Here's the question asked to you now. Here's something to suggest. It's hate speech, bullying, and what they consider hate speech, bullying, and conspiracy theory videos. But we'll move on. People who own those, who are creating those videos, are looking for other options, and then here comes Pornhub once again, pick up the scraps, and it's very possible that Pornhub will be a worthy competitor for YouTube. They would have to change their name, which I could see in 3 years them turning it to VidHub, and then boom. You got yourself all the gun videos that you want to see.
And the coffin nail in YouTube was the purchase by Google. And with Google comes order. You know what I mean? Google's the empire, right? And before, YouTube was this Wild West where people were making their money and getting their subs and getting their views, and everything was glorious, whatever you wanted to do, for good or bad, right?
Right.
Google comes in, cleans all that up, but at the same time takes away everyone's opportunity to make money. All these, can we run ads on your stuff? Are you breaking someone's copyright? No, you're not. Oh, we're still going to strike you. A little inside baseball. I don't give I put my stuff on YouTube, so it's there, but I do not care to monetize my stuff on YouTube because I don't want to have to worry about that. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to worry oh man, they struck down my video. They struck down my latest podcast because my outro was 3 seconds longer than it should have been. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about that. I'd rather be on other avenues. Am I still going to post to YouTube? Yeah, because there's some people who probably only listen to us via our YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
But in this case, Pornhub, funny enough, is still the Wild West. You know what I mean? Post whatever you want up there. And if that means it's stupid gun videos and people saying derogatory terms while playing Fortnite, You know what I mean? Then then Pornhub may just morph into some weird new hub for people to make their money. You know what I mean? Because it makes you think, like, are those porn videos being monetized? Like,
no,
stuff you don't think about.
Right. Now,
right?
I do have to mention something that the Corey Price, Pornhub's vice president, addressed. And this is a very common thing with people who are in the porn biz to make false equivalencies. So this is his quote. "Our offering is actually quite similar to YouTube's. We recently renamed our amateur program to the model program to be more encompassing of all our amazing content creators uploading their self-made content for ad revenue and promotion to cam shows and paid clip sites." So if you don't see the weird verbal judo that he's making there, he's making the equivalent to to me, or to like someone doing a gun video. Or like we could even go even bizarre, like someone who's just doing like a Fortnite gameplay to a amateur porn star who's having sex on camera.
People, if you picked apart, like you said, that verbal judo, he's saying, "Come ye tired, come to our shores." You know, he's putting out his Statue of Liberty, and he's creating his Ellis Island.
But he's too much like that. He's too much like that fish in the deep ocean that has like that light bulb that distracts other fish, and then he eats them up.
Sell your soul. Yeah. Sell your soul, dude. Like, what does it take for you? How badly do you want to have unfettered content? Do you want to say your weird alien conspiracy theories or your weird anti-race, creed, color splurge? Are you willing to have content on Pornhub to do that?
Now, if Pornhub offered me a job as like a podcaster, that'd be a different story.
Man, that's the dark sector of the nerdiverse.
It's the red section of the red light section.
It's the red light district of the nerdiverse, dude.
Yeah.
If they came calling and said, "Mike, here's a check, bro," man. Because you got to think about it like this. Like Playboy had stuff like that. Playboy had gaming sections and movie reviews and like talking pieces, and so did Hustler and all that stuff. So it's not unprecedented for these companies to try to branch out. And YouTube is toxic right now. Like, I know so many creators that are so over YouTube because it's like, I just spent 12 hours editing this video for this reaction just for it to be copyright struck down or taken down, or have my channel blocked, or have my channel. It's like, it's such a pain in the ass where everyone's looking for the next new thing. Like, everyone's trying to jump ship off YouTube because it's so hard to get by.
I just thought about this. What about Vimeo?
Rough.
Do you think to go Vimeo?
Vimeo, I think Vimeo is missing something. I don't know what it is. Vimeo, and kind of like there's another one that is just you can post whatever you want, but YouTube is just it's kind of like Twitch. Like if you had an alternate Twitch, would that be able to kill Twitch? I don't know. No, right? Like Mixer, right? Kind of like how Vine died. Like Vine was so big that it imploded into itself, and Pornhub's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? I just keep reading.
Yeah, I keep reading stupid stuff that this vice president is saying. He says that he described his premium Pornhub service is similar to Netflix because it allows users to stream their favorite uploaded and original content on demand. It's like I believe we would call this a false equivalency due to like breaking down things to their basic function.
He's saying whatever he needs to say, man. He has
exactly.
You given like the scum lord, the opportunity to filibuster, and he's going to filibuster. He's going to sell his product, which I cannot be mad at him for. But this is YouTube's fault. You know what I mean? If they weren't being such sticklers about content, maybe people wouldn't be willing to sell their souls to this other format if that means they can get their point across. This is a free country after all. So, I mean, people have the opportunity to say whatever they want, but YouTube's too doesn't want to put like restrictions on things. It's like we want to be Disneyland, where we know everyone who's on our content is more like, the spirit, the spearmint rhino. You know what I mean? Like everybody just wants to do whatever the hell they want. YouTube's like, nah. And so people are going to find other ways to do that, other avenues, man. So I just hope YouTube gets it together, because I'm personally over it. Like, I really don't want to put any additional thought into YouTube in regards to our content. Like, whatever. It's just, I'm not going to worry about it, man, on that front. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Any other news you wanna bring up? Anything else that picked your brain this week?
No, I'm newsed out.
I'm newsed out, man. I need a cigarette, bro. I don't even smoke, man. I need a Cools. I don't even smoke, bro. Questions. If you want to ask me or Winter some questions, you can send those over to mastersofthenerdiversecast@gmail.com. That is also known as mastersofthenerdiversecast@gmail.com. Send us questions, comments, yell at us about how we get stuff wrong. I don't care. I just want to hear from you. You ready to answer some questions there, Winter?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. All right. There's a bunch of hypotheticals here, so we're just going to rock through them. First question. Let's say you had internet access to the internet, but let's say 50 years in the future, for an hour. What are some of the things that you're going to look up?
Pornhub. No, I'm just kidding, guys.
It's going to have Masters of the Nerdiverse uploads on it.
You suddenly can't access. I would look up. I really don't know. If you want a sad answer, I would probably look up Facebook.
See how I'm doing.
Yeah, like I'm married. What? To a dog? What?
You look up your Facebook page and it's you like in a full furry suit talking about accept me.
Yeah.
you're just like, oh no.
And then you kind of have a 12 Monkeys style thing where you're trying to, or I think it's 12 Monkeys, where you're trying to avoid that. But,
but you make it worse.
Yeah. Or like it happens to you. You're avoiding of it happens.
Do that. No, It's a weird causality thing where now knowing the future, it planted the seed for the idea for it to even exist.
Exactly.
Oh, man. I had no idea I wanted to be a wolf. I guess I'm one now. Oh, geez. Yeah, Facebook's a big one. I got to see what you have an hour, so you can bounce around. I would definitely check out the next couple of Super Bowls. I would so Biff Tannen that shit. I would write down all like the sports, like big Super Bowl wins. All the new companies that are like buying stock, the new Apples, and I write all that shit down, just so I'm caked up. But if the future refuses to change, then I'll have money. Other than that, Facebook's a good one, definitely. Sports Center is a big one, and I just see like what's the new hotness is. I'll go on something like TMZ in the future and see like Beyonce's great granddaughter, being sacrificed on this on the Statue of Liberty or something weird. Like what world are we living in? It's crazy stuff. I would look up the news. Right. Does America exist anymore? Like what's going on? Oh man.
Yeah, it will be America United States.
Jeez,
not United States.
The United Congress of China. It's like what?
Uh-huh.
I hope
it's the man in the high castle.
I know, right? That would be so creepy.
That crazy drugged out author was right. I don't think he was drugged out, but
Einstein.
Yeah,
super future, dog. Oh man. Okay, next question. Name a video game that you think people forgot about.
Remember Medieval, everyone?
Ooh,
remember Medieval?
That's coming back, dude.
Okay.
They're remastering that.
It is?
Yeah, they're remastering that. PlayStation.
They need to stop with the remasters, folks. Just make a new one. Just make a
damn new one. Stop playing and make a new one. Like, I don't want Crash Bandicoot remastered. I just want a new Crash. Right? Stop it.
Exactly.
PlayStation, Sony, Stop it. Okay, that's funny. For me, it's Kid Chameleon. Nobody remembers Kid Chameleon. Do you know what that game is?
Nope, never even heard of it.
There you go, Kid Chameleon. It was a game that was one of the first games that had over 100 levels, and the game itself cost $100. It was really expensive for back in the day. It's $100, $1 a level. They touted. And
wow.
You played as this weird big head kid that ran around and got different suits and got different powers and went to different lands, and you can portal jump like in Mario. And it was I played it on the Genesis, and it was amazing. No one gives Kid Chameleon love. Give love to Kid Chameleon.
No.
All right. You're like, nah. I got to say the name, my brother. Last question. Okay, so winner. You've encountered artificial intelligence, right? Yep. And it's the singularity, if you know what that is. It's the birth of true artificial intelligence. It's in the body of a weird kind of like AI robot. Say it looks like the kid from Sixth Sense or something. You have to educate it and make sure that it doesn't go evil and go Skynet on us. You know,
all right.
What celebrity would you leave it in its care to teach it right and wrong?
Let's go, Peter Weller.
What?
Peter Weller. Yeah, because I told you about how he's a professor now of ancient history and Roman architecture for Oxford, I believe.
Yeah, man. You know what? That'll work. That kid will not come out weird.
Who are you going to choose?
Really good idea.
This question is weird.
I was gonna pick Mr. Bean, dude.
Okay, mine is better. I'm ensuring the safety of the human race. You're somehow Mr. Bean's gonna screw it up and like yeah.
The actual actor is like a physicist in real life. He's like ultra brilliant.
Rowan Atkinson.
Rowan Atkinson is actually like a triple mastered super genius in real life. He lives a humble life.
All right.
Yeah, Rowan Atkinson has like a triple doctorate in like behavioral sciences or something crazy.
You're making this up. I don't
look it up. Rowan Atkinson is a legit genius, dude. It's weird. He holds like patents on like biophysicists and shit.
I only see that he's been divorced a couple of times.
Yeah, man. He's like a brilliant mind. He's a beautiful mind level smart.
He likes a lot of cars. He's been. I think you might be thinking of someone else.
No, look up the actor who plays Mr. Bean. He's ultra super smart.
Yeah, I'm looking up Rowan Atkinson. It's just showing that he's an actor, comedian, and screenwriter.
You're killing me, dude. Okay, I have to look this up because I know I'm not crazy. He's who I would leave the artificial child with, because he is legit. He's super smart. Here it is. Let's go to his wiki, which is weird. We're doing it live, ladies and gentlemen.
Meanwhile, Peter Weller is let's see here. This has appeared in more than 70 films and televisions. He's not afraid to wear an ascot. He is in he was in Longmire. He's not
afraid to wear an ascot.
Yeah, like the picture that they have for him on here, it's like he's wearing something around his neck. I'm like, okay, that's a bold choice. Yeah, he has a bachelor's in theater. He has a master's in Roman and Renaissance art, and he teaches courses in ancient history. And he has a PhD from UCLA in Italian Renaissance art history.
I must be thinking of a different guy.
Thank you.
Whatever. Fact checking will kill this podcast, but I still hold that I will leave it to Rowan Atkinson to raise Brainiac. I would not recant. We'll see how it goes. I can't. Yes. Oh no, my brain. What's happening to me?
If you know what he was talking about, please put it in the comments below.
Yeah, somebody around there, someone around his sphere of influence is ultra brilliant. I don't remember. Please leave it in the comments because apparently I'm going crazy. What are you looking forward to this week, man?
Well, I'm looking up actors with physics degrees. Probably sleeping in and playing some Sea of Thieves, finishing Battlestar Galactica.
Dude, yeah, I'm probably going to play some more Monster Hunter World. Bounce around the idea of getting Far Cry 5. I may get it. Go see Ready Player One so I can talk about it because it's going to be the movie of the while. Get some sleep, work on the podcast, make money so I can do the MOTN plays, the Twitch channel, which I've been talking about. Hopefully I can get it off the ground soon so we can start advertising that and start talking about that a little bit more. And then maybe I'll have to pay a little bit more attention to YouTube because I'm going to have to put those up on there. Unfortunately, I don't want to do it. But what can you do? Dios mío. Good business. Any passing thoughts before we close this bad boy out?
Keep up the good work and look to Pornhub. Buy some stock in Pornhub. I don't know.
Don't forget your dreams. Even if you don't want to continue your dreams, just do it. Don't let your dreams stay dreams. I'm doing the thing. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. You can always find this podcast on iTunes, Stitcher.
I don't.
Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Google Play, and possibly Pornhub. I'm, of course, your host, Mike G.
And I'm your host, Anonymous, if we're ever on Pornhub.
I'm going to change my name immediately, dog. I'm going to change my name to MC Stickler, or MC Stifler, for that matter.
But my real name's Winter Sturdivant, so I can get that praise.
Yes, let this man know that you appreciate his voice. And we will always ask you to take that one step beyond.